What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another Konosuba video. Now, today, we're going to talk about the new, basically new arena that came a couple days ago, but was on vacation, didn't get a chance to talk about it. Let's talk about it today. Now, I've got some pretty good runs out of my auto team, and my auto team's got some interesting caveats going on here, but let's go ahead and talk about this, okay? So, the new opponent, beware of dark physical attacks. So you do really want to use a some kind of armament that's going to protect you against physical attacks. If you have a dark one, great. Personally, me, I'll show you my team. I haven't needed to do any that were necessarily, I guess, element oriented. But I'll show you what I've kind of done with this. And says seal attacks, so he could seal you. Enemies are relatively weak to poison, haze, and magic attacks. So if you could run some kind of anti-seal, that would be great. But let's go ahead and talk here about the teams. So I'm going to go in here. Also says recommended element is light. Says hit the enemy with tons of damage for blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing she says every time. So a light team that has some dark resistance. So a lot of my units you will see is they're just running some kind of generic 4-star equip. This one's +3. Most of these are +4. My goal is to basically get an entire lineup of +4, +5 4-star equips. Now, the main reason for that, those are really kind of be your best defensive items. Now, I can go through and I can start building some that are, designated per element, but at this stage of the game, I don't know if it's necessary at this point. My defenses have been pretty good, so I'm not really losing sleep over the units that I've got here. Now, I could do an auto run real quick, and we'll get some stellar scores. I've actually, go back here and I can do an auto run trial. Because I don't want to go ahead and waste it, because I've got a few modifications I'm going to make to this team. But you will notice that I do have a water unit on this team. And that is because, basically, my primary focus is, in this early match, on getting some AoE attacks out. We're also getting single target when we get into the big fight. Now, obviously, I want to get Megumin to do as many AoE attacks as she can here early on. If I was manually running this, we'd be doing almost nothing but AoE, and we'd probably do single target first round. Then this round, focus on the AoE, maybe even if we could get her SA off early and finish that round with an SA. So when we come in here, we've got nothing but single target. Unfortunately, in my manual runs, I've not actually wound up getting any of those to go off the way I'd like them to. As soon as I can get that done, we will definitely come back, we will definitely talk about it, and I'll showcase some of the potential damage you could get. But if you want a good general idea for the run, basically you want to finish round 2 with a big top dog AoE attack and have all your single target people here for the final bit of the fight. Unfortunately, I've not set mine up quite yet to do that in the manual run. Preferably, as I said, I'd love to get Megumin to do her SA at the end of that turn, but I'm just shy of that, as you can kind of tell here. But I've eked out a 1.4 in my auto run, 1.2 here in this run. Now, the one thing I will say, don't get too bogged down in worrying about element per se. Yes, light elements would be best, but if you'll notice that I've got Rem here on from the collab event, and she actually has been out damaging so many of the other units here, it's ridiculous. So if you kind of notice what I've done with my attack damage, I've got all of my units with 4-star equips actually on the front line, and I put Megumin up there with her +1. Actually, I've got enough to get that up to about +3 now. I just haven't done it yet, and that's kind of one of the reasons I don't want to set a score today. But all of my units with really good top dog 4-star equips are right here right now, because I could put any other unit in place of Rem, but they wouldn't have a 4-star equip, so therefore they wouldn't get the damage. Rem being here and being single target and having a really strong single target attack means she's going to outdo any 2-star, 3-star light unit that you might be prone to use here but wouldn't have the equips and wouldn't necessarily be built to produce the damage. So while she is not necessarily like equipped to take this on per se, I've actually found with her, I've gotten better scores than I would with any of my other units. And I haven't tried any of the free-to-plays or anything like that lately, but I have a few more of these equips that I actually need to build. But since I've got a personalized equip with Megumin, and I can now put the 4-star over here on her, and I've got the 4-star sword on her, and I've got the technically it's a spear, but the Rem's personalized equip for her. It all works out quite well. Now, once again, I've got a few of these that actually need to be replaced, a few of these that need to be upgraded and things like that, so we can get a little bit more out. But I wanted to point out that you don't necessarily need to like be married to the idea of these elements. Once again, Rem, not necessarily equipped for this, but because she's got really good single targets, and because she's got a personalized, level 5 equip, she's actually been really, really, really stellar for my runs. Now, to be fair, if I had another light unit that was as powerful as she is, they could use that spear. Unlike with Megumin, who's no one else can use that equip of hers. Only Megumin can use that equip. Hence why, while she's a fire type, putting the fire scepter back here is still going to be a little bit better, because all in all, we're going to get more damage out. So hopefully this is some quick tips. I'm going to go ahead and work a little bit more on my manual runs. My manual runs are getting much, much, much better. I'm not quite where I'd like them to be. So hopefully by the time that this is kind of gone away, maybe we'll be just about ready to start debuting that stuff. But for now, that's going to be the video. Guys, go finish up this arena. We do have the current event will be leaving tomorrow afternoon, so make sure that you've completed this as well. But for now, that's going to be the video. We'll talk about the new event when that drops here in a couple of days. Like, comment, share, and I'll be back with more Konosuba really, really soon.